Did you press record?
I pressed record.
So is it recording?
It's recording.
Does it 29:50?
Yes.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Sam, and thank you so much for both 6,000 and 7,000 subscribers. Yes, this was going to be a 6,000 subscriber celebratory video, but then 7,000 came so quickly I didn't really have time to prepare anything, so they're both gonna be in one video. Yay! I figured I would do a Q&A video since there are so many new people here. Hello, welcome. Feel free to introduce yourselves in the comments down below. I figured I'd just talk a little bit about myself first and then get into the questions that you guys asked. So if you don't already know, my name is Sam. I'm 25, birthday is March 16th. I'm a native Floridian now living in Southern California. I obviously like art and I also like writing. I'm a published author, self-promotion, link in the description to my books. And I live with my partner who's behind the camera right now. Say hi, Alex. What else should I say? I'm not Jewish. I know this kind of sounds like it's coming out of nowhere, but a lot of people have been asking me based off of my necklace. For those of you who don't know, it says my name in Hebrew. I don't speak or read a lick of Hebrew. My dad's the Jewish one in the family. He got me this when he went to Israel, so just to clear that up. There were a lot of people asking me. I don't know, anything else I should add? What do you think? No? Get on to the questions. You're already done and this video hasn't even started.
I've been done before this video. Yes.
Okay, go.
For
okay, fine. So
who or what?
I get to say who said it.
The Art of Brit. Now that's with 2 T's. Says 2 T's on the Brit, not on the art. Asks, who or what inspired and motivated you to get this far? They also included a picture of a Pikachu smiling.
I'm gonna have the. I know. I'll have the comment come up on the video. Okay. That's gonna have to take some thought process. Stop playing with things. The noise comes up on the camera. That's gonna take some thinking. I think starting off in my whole artistic journey, it would be my mom, because my mom was really into crafting. And she mostly did stamping related and like not really scrapbooking, but sort of scrapbooking. I can't really remember. It's been a long time. Sorry, Mom. But she was the one who kept like encouraging me to pursue artistic things. My dad was there too, but like my mom also just did stuff with me, so it was nice to have somebody to do stuff with. And then from there, I guess it was just general peer like community, like a lot of my friends. And once I hit middle school, I started to meet more people who drew. And then as time went on, it pretty much turned into Alex being like the big person who's like, you can do it. I believe in you. And for people not in my family, I think it's just general artists that I found online that I found to be inspiring. I think I answered the, like what artists inspire me or who my favorite artists in my last Q&A video. I'll put a link in the description to that. I don't remember what questions I was asked, but that one sounds familiar. Next question.
Song 2394 on Edge.
Okay, I know who this is.
Asks, hi.
Hi.
Circum W circum.
Okay, you don't need to be.
This is very important.
Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Anyway, hi. What's the hardest thing for you to draw?
Things that I haven't drawn much of. And I know that doesn't really work. Alex is making a face. It doesn't really work as like an answer, but just think about things that I haven't drawn. I've drawn people a lot, so I'm not so bad at them. Have I drawn buildings a lot? No, so they're not very easy for me to do. I don't know. Does that answer your question?
Probably.
Like animals are hard for me, but I never draw them. Perspective's hard, but I never practice it. That sort of stuff.
Barry asks.
Barry!
1.
I know who that is.
This is numbered. I don't know if there's going to be more from Barry.
I think she sent at least 2.
If you adopted a dog
All of
for
them.
more,
All of them. I don't
or
know.
more than one, what breed
All of them.
or breeds would you choose?
All of them.
And what would you name him, her, them?
Oh god. I don't know what I would name all the dogs on Earth. That's a lot of dogs to name, but I would want all of them, and I would love all of them equally, and they would all be my children. Okay, it's fine, serious answer. I've always wanted a husky, but I've never felt like that I've been in an environment that's safe enough for them, because I like, overly care for dogs, and it hurts me physically to see people, like back when I was living in Florida, peak summer heat, midday, you're walking your husky out, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're trying to murder your dog. And I hate those people. Don't walk your dogs out in the middle of the day, do it in the morning when it's coolest. Yeah, so a husky, but they shed a lot, so you know, that's the downside, but I'd have to live somewhere north to keep one. But I've always liked huskies, so. But really, I'll take any dog. Just give me a dog, and I will take it. No, I didn't answer the name. I don't know what I would name it. I have to see the dog before I name it. Okay, next question.
Bamboo Fan, what inspired you to draw humanoid sea creatures? It's quite fascinating.
Oh, the mermaids! I'm laughing so hard at this, and then like somebody who subscribed yesterday is like, what? But meanwhile, like people who've been following me for like a year now have been like, oh my god, we know. You guys know. Okay, God, I don't even know why I picked it. I think I just thought mermaids would be fun. I don't know what made me pick it initially. For those of you who don't know what this is, I did a coloring book and I drew 21 mermaids. There was more than 21, but there's 21 pictures.
I think it's important
and, like,
to understand people. Maybe you can put example pictures of this, but I feel like mermaids should have...
And for literally like every single stream I did for a really long time was 100% these mermaids, and then I'm gonna be known for that for the rest of my life.
I still feel like humanoid sea creatures is
Yeah, that's probably more accurate. That's why I called the book Sea Creatures and not Mermaids.
Yeah.
I think I didn't draw mermaids for a while. I haven't drawn them really that much ever, and I was like, fish are cool. I was just looking at some cool fish pictures, and I was like, hey, let's try it, and then they just kind of vomited out.
Her Gosser asks, alright, so here it comes. 1.
Okay.
Where do you live? I probably should not have read the alright, so here it comes. Just go. 1. Where do you live?
I kind of already answered that. Southern California.
Cool.
Yeah.
2.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
25.
And 3.
Okay.
What motivates you to draw?
There's just this sounded different question. Alright, what motivates me to draw? I was actually thinking about this earlier, unrelated reasons. I don't know, just the thought passed through my head. And one of the answers that I came to myself was, or that I thought of, was curiosity. And I know a lot of people have come to me like, how are you so motivated to draw all the time? And I have this weird driven passion that I like have to do things, and I need to like do these things now, and that's not really easily explainable, but something that might help you guys is asking questions like, how does this work? How do you do this? What happens if I do this? And I feel like wanting to find those answers can help encourage you to work on different projects and experiment, and yay. Just having goals and just feeling passion. And Alex is ready for the next question.
I've been ready for the next question since before we started this.
Okay, go.
Been ready for the last question since even before that.
I'm glad I have your support.
I love you.
Okay, go.
Follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Rad Puppeteer
Okay.
asks, I think this was from Twitter.
Probably. I grabbed a few from Twitter, yeah.
Do you have any favorite art challenges you've done? Or are there any challenges you would recommend specifically to improve your art?
The second one's much easier to answer than the first, because favorite questions, But for the second question, for sure, anything that limits you. And that means like time limit, tool limit, any sort of limit, like the 3-marker challenge, or like I think it's the 10-minute, 1 minute, 10-second challenge. That's another good one. I think setting yourself limitations really forces you to figure out certain methods and techniques, and finding out, like specifically for time challenges, like what's important. So if you have to draw a really detailed picture in just a couple seconds or something, you'll like start to pick up, oh, what are the important details that I need to put down first to make it most identifiable with the picture. And yeah, so any sort of limitation challenge I would recommend for improving your artwork. And then the first one was my favorite challenge I've done so far, or just my favorite challenge in general?
Favorite art challenges you've done.
Ooh, okay. I had to remember them all. I think I like the Crayola one. I wouldn't say any of these are my favorite, but because I don't have favorite things except for a spare few. But I really like the Crayola one, both the crayon and the marker one, because I haven't revisited those tools in such a long time, like so many years. It's really cool to look back at these childhood things and be like, oh, you can still use them and do really cool stuff with them. So I think that was a lot of fun. The 3 marker challenge is just always fun to me, especially if I get weird colors. I like the oarfish one that I did earlier this year. Yeah, and that was fun. Yeah, I think those are the main ones I'm thinking of right now. But I really liked a lot of different ones.
Cool. 3 questions from Gloxa. Gloxa? I don't know. Anyway, when did you get into drawing?
Okay. I got into it pretty early because, like I said earlier, my mom was artistic. So pretty much if you want to go that route, like whenever I picked up a crayon or like whatever. But it wasn't until middle school that I kind of got into anime and having those friends and drawing a little bit more. And then high school I got a little bit more serious. And then once I got into college, I was like, okay, this is something I really care about and I want to get better at. And from there, I've gotten more and more serious.
When did you start using Copics and digital?
Oh gosh. I could give you an exact date if I had my DeviantArt. I'll look it up and I'll put it up in post. But it was a long time ago and I only did like a handful of drawings. And I mean, like I could probably less drawings than the number of fingers in my hand. And then I stopped because I hated it. I was like, how do so many people like these things? I don't know how to use them. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. So I just kept them. And then I didn't start using them again until many years later where I gave them another chance. And I probably know what drawing it was that started it again too. And if I find it, I'll put that in the date in post as well.
Cool. That was...
Oh, and then digital.
Yes.
Was the other question. Okay. Digital, I think I have dates for that too, but that was back when I was on Neopets. And I think that was 2005, but I think even before that, but I think around 2005 or something was when my dad got me Photoshop. Yeah. A long time.
Was it hard to both of those?
Oh, okay. Copics, yes. Yes. Very hard. Digital, yes, very hard. When I was drawing, like I'm thinking back in like middle school, high school, I just did a pencil. That's all I used was a pencil and a sketchbook I carried around. That's all I ever did. So anything outside of graphite and paper, I was just like, I don't know what's happening. And it took a really long time to get used to stuff. If you go on my DeviantArt page, like I haven't hidden or removed anything. You can go back for years, over 10 years I think now, on my DeviantArt page and go back to like way beginnings of my artwork. Or just watch my sketchbook videos on YouTube. Because I have a whole bunch of those. I have a whole playlist and I'll link that in the description. You can see all my old artwork. Okay, next question.
What do you think helped you improve the most? That was also, I think, maybe in relation to the previous thing, but it might be general, so however you want to answer that.
I think experimenting and just challenging myself, like not doing something that was familiar. I think I did something that was familiar for a long time, and I had bouts of it. I had like a section of drawing where I was drawing stuff that I knew and was comfortable with, and then like, ooh, maybe a little bit of slice of, let me try this, let me try that. And I think it was in those little slice sections that I really took like a jump of improvement. You know, I would keep doing that, but nowadays I try and have like a bigger chunk of experimenting and just trying really random things and going outside my comfort zone and making myself uncomfortable. And I think that's what has, and just drawing a lot in general.
They also asked how long have you been drawing for, but I feel like that's
kind of
already implicitly answered by the way you started. And
yeah.
Especially given that for clarity, you've been drawing basically
Forever.
consistently. Like, it's not like you've had periods of time when you weren't.
Yeah, there weren't really. I've pretty much, yeah. I would say elementary school I drew the least.
Mm-hmm.
And then once middle school hit, that's when I started to really draw a lot more often.
Mackenmeister asks, they got 5 questions.
Okay.
1.
Okay.
What would be your dream job?
I get asked this question a lot, and I never really have an answer for it. I would just like to sit around and watch YouTube videos and just be making money. Can that be a job? I'm so lazy, I don't like working. But I don't know what my dream job would be. I like writing. I like what I'm doing now. I'm just not really making that much money from it. So if I was making money from what I would be doing now, that would probably be my dream job.
What would your morning routine on an ideal day look like?
Waking up, number 1, getting out of bed on time. I don't know. Probably not what I do most of the time now, because I think what I do now is I wake up, and stop that, is I wake up and I immediately like go to my computer, check my emails, my messages, and I'm like so drowsy and like I'm trying to respond to like people's serious questions and I'm like, I don't know, have you tried turning it off and on again? And like, so if I were just to not do that immediately upon waking up, maybe like go for a short walk and possibly bring my camera and take stock photos because I have an obsession, and then just kind of let the day slowly start and then, you know, probably continue on to my normal routine. I don't know. I don't really find too much of an issue with what I do now aside from just responding to things too early in the morning.
So what's stopping you from
I guess I'm
doing
lazy.
that?
It's so much easier to sit down in front of my computer and just answer questions than like put on my shoes and go for a walk.
Excellent. All right. Their
like
third question
Okay.
is who/what inspires you to create a YouTube channel and DeviantArt?
Okay, DeviantArt is easy. That was back in middle school. This wasn't actually my first DeviantArt account. I had another one, but I ended up, I think, closing it down and then making a different one. But that was just because all my friends had DeviantArt accounts. They're like, oh, hey, come to this cool art site. I already had actually an art account on another website, but it was for Inuyasha. It was like an Inuyasha fan site. And they had a sort of equivalent of DeviantArt at the time, not now. And so you just post Inuyasha fan art on there, and that's where I was. And then they're like, oh, hey, this DeviantArt site's really cool. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I made a DeviantArt account. And for YouTube, initially it was probably my brother, because I think that was the first videos I put on there, which was for my original username of PitmanFan. It was related to that. And then I ended up doing some really bad skits with some friends of mine that would post the videos up there. Oh god, it was bad. And then I don't really know what made me switch it to an art channel. I can't remember like any specific person that inspired me to do that. I remember seeing other art videos. I was like, oh, I can do that. I can record my screen and do that. So I did, and then from there, we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fourth question's easy. Which came first, YouTube or DeviantArt? I'm guessing
Yeah.
they mean for you rather than in the world.
Oh my god, I actually don't know the answer to that question. Because I made my YouTube account almost when the site first opened. Like I think a couple years after they first... I think you can actually see the date of my account creation on my YouTube channel. I'd have to look at that.
Mm-hmm.
But the DeviantArt one was I think 11 years ago. And the YouTube one has to be close to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta be.
I think from the perspective of what they're looking for, I don't know if that is
Unless
the case
they mean
or not.
like when I
If
started
they mean
doing
like
art,
when they just, yeah.
then it was totally DeviantArt first, and then YouTube.
Yeah. And then their last question is, what's your favorite place of a device on
favorite?
anything ever? Or piece of advice, sorry.
Oh, I was like, what?
What is an advice place? Anyway, yeah.
Favorite piece of advice for...
On anything ever. It's going deep here.
Try? I guess. I'm trying to make sure it's generic enough that it can fit with other things. Like, yeah, if you have a mental problem or a physical problem or just something, just try. Just try. Okay.
Cool.
Next question.
I mean, that's either very deep or very
so deep
or very not anything. Anyway,
yeah.
Himawari Cute Bear
Okay.
asks, how you improve your real background drawing? How do you improve
Yeah,
your
have backgrounds. Yeah. So it's probably like a generic answer, like study from life, but you could also combine what I mentioned earlier, like time it, like have some sort of timed challenge of studying, have like some sort of time challenge of studying from life. Either you can do plein air, or that's like outside art, or you can use photographs online and do it that way, or take your own pictures and study those. And I would try different environments, but I would try not to vary it too much. So do like mountains for a while, and then do forests for a while, and then do like cities for a while. Don't do like mountain, city, forest and shake it up too, but I would try and have a little section of time where you practice like one, and then yeah. Okay, hopefully that answered your question.
Barry Zam has another question.
Barry, I knew she had too.
Would you, or have you, ever spent 15 or more hours on a single illustration? Why or why not?
I have. And I know the exact one, and I can put it on the screen. Do you remember which one?
I remember which one.
That was the worst time of my life. Longtime viewers know I cap at like 4 hours, and this isn't arbitrary. Like, I found this out last year that I would work on an artwork and I would just stop, and since I was starting to record my drawings, I could find out how long it took me, and they were like consistently right about 4 hours. And there's an airplane, y'all can ignore it. It was like right around 4 hours for every single drawing, no matter how detailed it was. Like, and then this one picture I did, I think it was like in the 20s of hours, if not way more, because that sounds like not enough for what that was. Oh my god. No, not again. Never again. No. Y'all can do it. Y'all do what you want. I don't have the patience.
Alright, so Sasha Fitzgerald asks, which video do you like the most that you've made, and why?
Wow, this question is such a shocker. It's not as if I answered this before and somebody wasn't paying attention to when the camera stopped recording. Ooh. Like I said in the alternate universe of when this was recording, I don't really have a favorite. I don't really have like anything that sticks out to me. In terms of favorite questions, like I have a bubble of things that I like, and there's not really one that's above the other. But I do like a lot of my tutorial videos, but I feel like that's just because I worked probably the hardest on them, and it feels a little bit more rewarding to finish those. So in particular, probably my Fundamentals of Art tutorial series. That one took many, many months to do. It doesn't look like it. It looks very simple, but I'll actually, like, probably a lot of my tutorials, it's like, oh, how long did that take you to do? Oh, just like 6 months or so. Because that one probably took me like 6 months to make. And then my face shapes tutorial, I really like that one. That one probably took, because I think I started that in October of last year, and I think I ended up going up in like February, so October, November, December, January, so at least 4 months. Oh, and the other thing I mentioned was challenge videos. I think just because those are kind of fun and silly sometimes, or like I learned something new that I wouldn't otherwise expect, and so those, like, I feel like, you know, it's an art channel, you do time-lapse drawing, but like those are the videos that I kind of care least about on my channel. Like, they all kind of feel the same to me. I think, okay, if I were to pick anything, I guess, would be the Disney Drawing Challenge, both 2016 and this year's 2017, because, wow, I think especially last year, because last year I put in way more effort. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put links to everything in the description, but like that was a whole month of drawing like full-blown finish pictures, and yeah, that was intense. And I actually had a lot of fun doing some of the commentary, because some of the commentary I did the morning of the video going up, or like in the middle of the night, and I was just wasted. And then I think you did commentary on one for last year, because I couldn't do it. That was fun. So I think that's my answer for your question. You can go to the next one now.
Leaf Soto asks, I think you already got asked this, but what inspires you as an artist?
Pretty much anything. I've never really had problems with inspiration. Walk outside and you see a tree and you're like, oh, that's cool, and you draw it. Or certain music. I do a lot of fan art, so obviously a lot of other people's creations inspire me. Other artists inspire me. I have an inspiration folder on my computer, and I just save pictures that like inspire me and that I like. Sometimes I can stumble upon an art challenge and that inspires me to try something. It's a very various amount of things.
Yeah, so the other question, that was the very first one that we had, which was what inspired and or motivated you to get this far? But yeah.
I answered that with different. People. Did I answer that wrong?
No, maybe not. I don't know. But now you've covered more things. But the point is that was where I was thinking of previous mention inspiration. Last question.
Woo.
Corgi Paw 1 asks, how did you start drawing in the first place?
How?
Probably
with finger paint and my hands. What got me drawing in the first place? I think I kind of already answered that, like with my mom and everything. I don't really know how else to expand on that unless I like do some deep thoughts and try to really remember some really old memories. But I think what helped, because I drew kind of like random stuff and it wasn't anything consistent. There was no consistent style, and I didn't draw much, like I said already, until middle school. And then it was pretty much just anime, because all my friends were into anime and manga, and I think that's what kept it. What are you doing? Hopefully that answered your question. If not, if I didn't answer your guys' questions like enough or something, you can just comment and let me know and I'll try and expand. Yeah, so hopefully you guys like this video. That was all of them, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I just, more? No. Yes? You're just looking at me. That doesn't answer my question.
What do you currently
you have questions. Ooh. This is a plot twist.
What do you currently feel most dissatisfied with your art about?
Because I don't want to just answer like, oh, I don't know how to draw something, because it's like, oh, well, I could know how to draw something if I just tried. If I were to just stick with the stuff that I do draw. It's hard to answer that because, like, there's an ant on the wall. It's right there.
Yeah, that does make answering questions
I'm a little
difficult.
Distracted. We have an invasion. Okay, because like all the time I'm trying to draw and improve, because all the time I find issues with my artwork, and it's anything. It could be like, oh, I don't like how this leg looked or something, and so I need to get better at legs, so I practice legs. I mean, that's so hard, because it's like, if I were satisfied with some aspect of my art, I would, like, I'm looking at you because you asked the question.
Yeah, I know.
Look at the camera.
That's also why I'm putting my face right next to the camera.
Yeah, but if there was something that I was satisfied with of how I did something, then I would stop trying to improve it, most likely. I mean, there's still, like, the opportunity of, like, oh, you could try something and you might like it better, but I feel like if I were to become satisfied, then I would stop trying to improve. So I feel like, in that sense, like, everything... But not like in a negative way. Like, I don't view that as a bad thing. I know some people are like, oh, I hate my art so much, and like they're like struggling with it or upset about it, but I have felt that, but I don't want to say grown out of it because it sounds douchey, but like I've learned, like, the way that my mindset works now is like that doesn't bother me, because I know that if I put the work into it, then I can change it. So like, to me, it's not like because I can't draw something or because something's bad, like, bleh. It's like, oh, then I'll just work on trying to draw that better. And did that answer your question? Okay. That was a hard one. Are you good? Or you have more?
I'm thinking.
You're thinking.
What direction do you want to take your art from here?
I've had this thought before. And people tell me I have a style. I've never really found myself to have a style. I've purposely done things similarly, but like I could just as easily not, and I don't know, to me that doesn't really feel like a style. So I don't know if I ever really want to have a consistent style. I would like to be able to consistently replicate something. That would be nice. I still kind of struggle with that. But in terms of like a direction, I feel like that's more just like I want to learn how to draw something rather than like I would like my art to look like this. Like aside from good, like that's not an answer. Like my art, I would like my art to look like the Danny Phantom art style. Like that's kind of a direction to me. It's not one I want. It would be cool to be able to draw like that, but also be able to draw like other stuff. So that, like, I would like to be able to do versatile stuff and just get better at drawing random various things in general, if that answers your question.
It does.
Okay. Yay. I can't know if I can do the outro now because you're like...
I don't know, I think I'm good for now.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't believe you, but alright. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and again, if I didn't answer your question to your satisfactory, just let me know. Yes, welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you. You're hovering over the stop button. That scares me.
You were getting ready to be done. So I was getting ready to
I could cut out like the extra bit at the end, you know. Thank you guys so much for both 6,000 and 7,000 subscribers. That is wild. Thank you. I am so happy to have you guys' support. Definitely say hi to me in the comments down below if you haven't introduced yourself at all yet. You know, like what do you like to draw, your favorite mediums, or like what kind of art you like. My anxiety. If you don't already, feel free to follow me on my other social media pages. Links are in the description down below. I'm having a real hard time talking now, and hopefully you enjoyed. And if I've forgotten anything, then I'll just put it in the description, so just be sure to look at that. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye!